expediting the Lucy here. When I went to flight school in 1989 in the military, the process of getting in is not just telling them, hey, I want to go fly. You had to jump through some hoops. You had to take a bunch of tests. You had to get interviewed and recommended, and you had to take all kinds of crazy physicals repeatedly and all kinds of stuff before they even let you apply. And then once you apply, you go to a selection board, and maybe they take you, maybe they don't. And I actually got in my first tri-section board, which surprised me. And I attended the school, and it is the proverbial trying to take a sip out of a fire hose kind of stuff. It's insanely fast-paced and stressful, and it's book smarts and physical smarts, and you're doing physical training in the morning, so you're tired. It brings your morale down because you're going too much, too fast, too hard. But it's just you're hammering away at it, and they would fill your head with all this stuff, and you would test out of a section. And the joke was, when you walk out of the classroom, you would take your finger and put it to your head and go like this, which meant flush that out of your head because you don't need it anymore. Kind of make room for new stuff. And our class had 42 students in it, 42 warrant officer wannabes in it. And we all trained together for a while. We all flew. We went on a flight at Huey, actually. And at the end of the primary training, you branched off into your individual aircraft. Some guys were Black Hawks, and there was what are called Kiowas, O-850 Jet Rangers, and other smattering of birds. And the course I took was the Cobra course, like the attack bird course. And then some people went from those courses to other ones. And the track I took, the Cobra track, was actually the longest one. So there were people there's a flight class every 2 weeks, and that's how fast they're coming in. So there's just the 2-week gap between classes, and there were people that came to flight school after me that graduated before me because because the Cobra course was longer, there was more to it. So as you're going through the course, you're beat down, you're tired, and you would split your time between classrooms and the flight line. And sometimes you flew during the day, sometimes you flew at night, it kind of bounced around. But we would ride buses, and you might ride the same bus for a week, you might ride the same bus for 3 weeks. And they were basically school buses, and they're real nice, they were air-conditioned, had tinted windows and stuff, because in Southern Alabama it's hot in the summer. So, we phase out of a section, and we go to they say, get on bus 7. So the drivers are all retired guys, and they know where we're going, what we're doing. And we go stumbling on the bus and drop, and we're burnt, And the thing is, when your morale's down, you can't win. When your morale's up, you can't lose. Well, our morale was down, and we were burned out. These guys, you get on a bus, and this some old guy, which is probably my age now, but some old guy would be sitting there, and they say, what's your class number? And I actually was in 2 different classes because I got pneumonia halfway through flight school. And I would say, we're 8918, and that guy would pull out this little piece of paper, and he'd read it. Remain seated at all times. No eating or drinking on the bus. Keep your arms and heads in the window. Blah, 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 just like little kids. And it's like, seriously. And then you get on a guy's bus for a week, and then you switch to a different bus, and it was the same speech every time. You got the same speech from these guys, and it's like, you don't want to hear that. You just drive and shut up, So we're getting towards the end of the Cobra course, and they're pouring it on hard, and we're burned out. We climb on this bus, and there's this old guy up there, and he is burned up his skin is horrible. He's got a chunk of his nose cut out from, I guess, skin cancer, and he's just got this snarl on his face. He just, when we get on the bus, and he turns around, and he's got his arm on the seat. He goes, what class number are you? And they went, 8918. And he turned around, put the bus in gear, and started driving. And we all kind of went, that's a change of pace. We pull up to the stop sign, and he goes, oh, by the way, here's your briefing, over his shoulder, and he held up a hand gesture and yelled out something that was very closely resembling to fudge you. I mean, he yelled it at us, and you could not imagine the effect on morale that had. We went, it just poofed through the roof, and we were all screaming and yelling and hollering, and suddenly everybody's having a good time, and everybody's laughing, and this guy's just doing this on purpose. And I mean, he was ultimately, the guy was the guest of honor at our graduation. And it just, it just stunned me that somebody that is just doing his job realizes he has so much control over our success or failure just by being friendly and doing something unusual and bringing the morale up. And I just appreciated that so much that he did that for us. That guy was awesome. Flight school was freaking hard. I tell you what, I graduated. I cried. I couldn't believe I survived it. Because that was hard. That was just, it's too much, too fast, too much, too everything. But I came out the backside okay, and had a not very long career. Bill Clinton showed up on scene, and that was the end of that. But I did survive through it and was able to have a career in aviation, a total of 32 years. I retired early 2021. That was awesome. And all these years later, over 30 years later, I still remember that guy just being friendly like that. I thought that was awesome. All right, that's just some slide down amnesia lane for now. Expedite with Lucy, I'm out.